Hello, Revere, and welcome to our Revere Veterans and Community Show. Today we have 3 community veterans because they're too young to be in the military for most of them, except for one who's still in, who will be going to the Fitchburg State. So we're going to start with you.
Yep.
His name is Derek Fortuna. Derek, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm going to be a junior at Fitchburg State.
Right?
I major in communications, but specifically video and film. So.
Right, and then sitting right in the center here is a young lady by the name of Olivia Novoselsky, who's going into Revere High, Olivia.
Yeah.
Tell us how you're looking forward to going into the high school.
It's new. I'm looking forward to something different than middle school was, so I'm
Right.
excited.
I've got to ask you, when I was a young man, we didn't have middle school. We had exactly public school where we went from kindergarten to 8, and then the 4 years in high school. So when you come out of the middle school, how many years do you still go to high school? Is it still 4?
Still 4.
It's 4,
It's
yeah.
still
Yep.
4. So actually the middle school would be equivalent to our public schools when I was a young kid. That's
I
good.
think it's the same amount of total
Right.
years.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to introduce another lovely lady. Her name is Crystal Ocasio Lopez.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on our show all 3 years, and you tell us a little about yourself.
I'm gonna be a senior at RHS now in the fall.
And what do you want to be when you get out of high school?
I want to be a producer. Don't know if for movie or TV, but basically just behind the scenes work.
Right, and for you people out there who don't know, these 3 young folks here worked at RevereTV, and let me tell you, you people did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
So, Derek, I want to thank you. Olivia, I want to thank you. I'm part of RevereTV, and you too, Crystal. Now, you people go to school, and you have instruments that you use. What are some of the new gadgets that they have there which we didn't have?
Yeah, so Fitchburg has, they have a lot of
I
great
mean, high school.
equipment.
When you
Oh,
went to
in high school?
Yep.
They actually just started the video program. I think that she's in now.
I took a video production class, which was an elective, and they basically taught us how to edit. And when I was a freshman, that was the first year that they started using the iPads at the high school. So I was kind of like the guinea pig for the iPads, and then they decided to use them. Now all the students get them. So Olivia will be getting
They
one.
all get iPads in school and computers and things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they can take them, once they get them, that's theirs to keep, or they have to give them back?
You have to return
no,
them.
Yeah, we have to give them back. We don't get to keep them for the summer. We get a different one every year. So.
But
we
they're
only use
never
them for
really
school.
your personal, they're
No,
just
no. We use them for school, and then at the end of the year we return them.
It's funny because, up to a few months ago, this dummy that you're looking at, really, and I gotta be honest with you, didn't know how to work a computer either. And I had a good teacher here at RevereTV. And talking about computers, there's a company out there called Samsung.
Mm-hmm.
They're a South Korean company,
Yep.
and I believe they merged with a Japanese company. We got a hold of them, and would you believe that they send us some computers to give to you kids? Don't be surprised because you're going to get a computer that's going to be yours to
Wow.
keep. Yep. Ain't you kids happy?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish
That's
I could have
great.
had one of them when I was your age, but when I was your age, we didn't even have calculators. We had abacus, That's what we used. No, that's a fact. When I first started, we had the slide rule, and then we had the little calculators and stuff like that. Well, anyway, Samsung donated them in the city of Revere, and from Mayor Dan Rizzo, who's our mayor, would like me to give each of you a computer. So, on behalf of Samsung and the city of Revere, Mayor Dan Rizzo and the veterans, this is for you, Derek.
Wow, thanks.
Don't look surprised, Olivia. You get the one, too. I'll tell you, this is for you, Olivia.
Thank you.
And, of course, Crystal, not least, you who helped me how to learn a little on the computer. This is for you from Samsung and the city of Revere and Mayor Dan Rizzo. So, that's who you got to thank.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right,
Well, thank you
Yeah.
to anyone that was involved in
Yeah.
the giving of these computers, including you.
Okay, but I want to thank you for helping me because you did help me a little on the computer. You too, Derek, and you too, Olivia. I have to tell you, I got a granddaughter that's only about 4.5 years old. She'll be starting kindergarten probably next year. She has a little, not computer, but a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how to work it like it was born with her. So you kids are pretty smart in there. Now, how did your marks in school? Now,
Like
mine
grades?
was, I'm not going to tell you what my marks were, but the alphabet only has 26 letters. Mine were a little low. How did you kids do in school?
I did very well this year. Freshman year, not so much, but I'm getting better at it, and now I know what kind of stuff I want to go into, so I'm excited
Yep.
for all of my electives and things like that senior year.
And how did you do in middle school?
I've done pretty well. I took all pre-AP classes. And
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good. And how about you, young man?
Yeah, I did. In high school, I did like okay, and then I feel like college, you do like better because you live there, and that's all you really focus on is.
Yep. But I got to ask you, what made you, first of all, the 3 years want to go into communications because otherwise you wouldn't be working here. What made you decide that, which is a good field, by the way?
Yeah, I just like movies and how they're made. It's just really interesting to me. So.
I like to watch the movies.
Yeah.
I like the horror movies or the military movies
Yeah.
or the history channels. What about you? What do you like about TV?
I don't know. I just find I like the cameras and all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh,
I
you
think
like
it's
to stay
interesting.
behind the scenes like
Yeah.
in the control room?
Yeah.
You would be good on that. And what about you, young lady?
I don't know. I feel like when I was smaller, I think my dad got a camera for like the house to make home videos, and I was always into it. So when I found out at the high school they had a video production class, I just kind of got into it, and I just keep getting into it more and more.
I got to tell you, I think I got to go back to about 1975 or 78. I had a Polaroid camera that we had, instant camera, and we thought that was terrific. But now you kids have the smartphone cameras. You can take it from the smartphone and put it on the computer, or you can take it from the computer and show it on the large television, which is very, very, very good.
Yeah, it is. It's really crazy.
Yep.
I think some of those Polaroid cameras are kind of coming back, though. They're being used now, too.
Oh, they are coming back?
Yeah, they're being used.
Because the Polaroids that I remember, the instant you would take a picture, you would wait a minute, and it would come out, and you would
Yeah.
have a photo. That was fantastic. But now you can send, but you couldn't send a picture from at that
Yeah.
time around the world. Now you could take a picture here and have it over in not only in Europe, but in outer space. Really,
Oh, yeah.
they have pictures coming back from Mars now, from Venus, from the moon, from the satellites. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
What do you kids foresee in the future of coming up in the future? I mean, since we never foresaw what you got, what do you think is going to be coming up in the future? What would you like to see coming up in the future?
I don't know, from like movies, a lot of things are going like digital cameras now, so I think the movies that still use film, I think are really going to be cool because a couple movies still like shoot on film. But
You know, right. And before I continue with the 2 years, I got to tell you, I was watching television last week, and there was a hotel in Japan that had 100 rooms, but they only had one man working the desk, a human being. All the rest, believe it or not, were robots, carrying your luggage, taking you up to your room, asking you if you need towels, in Japanese, of course. But they would do exactly what a human being would do, but they would do it with a robot. I would always wonder what would happen if you ever got a robot real bad. What would he be doing,
I don't know.
right? What
Like
would
if we got like our own like personal robot or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
I'd just have it bring me food. I don't know. I think that would be my number one thing.
And if I had a personal robot, I would have him bring me just some CDs so I can make some music. That's what I would like to do. So that would be
Sounds accurate.
fantastic. You know, we have other kids that are working all over the city. I wish we had a computer for each one, but Samsung only allowed me so many. And it was tough to make a decision, so I did it because of the people I knew. Otherwise, I would have given each and every one of them. And you were really on the work-off program, am I correct?
On the what?
Work-off. In other words, you were volunteers and they put you to work here for the summer.
I started volunteering in like March, I think,
Oh.
here. I only volunteered a couple times, and then I got hired through the Revere Recreation Department and got placed here because this was my
For the
first
summer
choice.
only, though, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be working here until the first week of August.
And you, Derek?
I interned here last year, but
Oh.
now I actually work here. So
And you were hired by the recreation department?
no, like I actually work
Oh.
here. Yeah.
And you, Olivia?
I was hired to the rec department.
And
And-
how did they know which ones to pick, if I may ask you? Or did you kids volunteer at the beginning, and then they chose a certain few to come?
No, what they did was basically when you filled out your first application, you had a list of all the places that you could work at, whether it be in an office, Revere Rec, or DPW.
Oh, they asked you, and you told them where you wanted to work at?
Yeah, and they had you fill it out a couple of times, and it was kind of like first come, first served, because we were the only two that got placed here. And that kind of was how it worked for other places, like different parks and departments.
Oh, I didn't know that. Derek, we got about 3 minutes left, a little over
Mhm.
that. So you're going to take a minute, and each one of you will take a minute to say whatever you wish to say, by the way. I wanted about your brothers, if you had anybody in the military, because we are a veteran show too. Anybody in your family in the military?
No, I mean one of my grandfathers was, but that's it, really. Yeah, I just want to say like thanks for giving these out. Like
Thank the
it's
city
really
of Revere,
cool.
don't thank me.
Yeah.
Thank Samsung.
And
the city of
Samsung,
Revere,
yeah,
and the
you
mayor.
gotta thank Samsung. And I don't know, it's just really cool to work here, and everyone's really nice. So
It's a pleasure to have you here, and
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed you having you here for the summer. And before you leave, I want to say I wish you the best of luck when you go to college.
thank you.
And I hope you turn out to be a second Einstein.
Let's hope.
Olivia,
I just want to say I've really enjoyed working here this summer, and thank you to Samsung and Morris for the computer.
you got to thank Samsung, the city of Revere, and Mayor Dan Rizzo, because they're the ones that made sure that Samsung got those to you. So, those are the ones you got to thank. And it was a
Thank you.
pleasure to have you working here for the summer, too.
Thank you.
And Crystal?
Well, I want to say thank you to just anybody that was involved in this, because I don't want to name names and forget someone.
Right, that's
and
good.
for your question, my grandfather was in the Korean War. He was stationed in Georgia, I think.
The Korean War?
Yeah, the Korean War. He wasn't actually over in Korea though. That I think is all the family I have.
It's funny because when you're 17, am I correct? And when I was 17, I was already in Germany with the occupation troops in there. And by the way, I forgot to mention, Olivia, your grandfather, Mr. Novoselsky, Ira Novoselsky, is also a military veteran.
Yes.
So to all you veterans out there, thank you. If you see them and they're still alive, tell them thanks for the service on there. It was nice to have them. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on our show, especially you, Derek Fortuna.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Olivia Novoselsky, thank you for coming on our show. And Crystal Ocasio Lopez, thank you for coming on our show. And God bless each and every one of you. And I hope you have a very successful career, but most of all, a very successful, good life. Thank you.
Thank
okay?
you.
And I want to thank the city of Revere for what they did. I want to thank the people of Revere. I want to thank our troops. But most of all, I want to thank our country, the United States of America, the greatest in the world, second to none. And thank you all for listening, and thank you all for coming. And here we have the second batch of kids that came in from the Revere Senior Center. And on my left over here, we have Evelyn Rodriguez. And in the middle, we have Joshua Marrero. And on the end there, we have Allison Maldonado. Kids, welcome to the RevereTV 8. By the way, I have to say, you people did a nice job at the Revere Senior Center. On behalf of Steve Fielding and myself, thank you, and on behalf of all the others. So, Allison, that's you at the end. Start off by telling us a little about yourself.
I'm in middle school and I'm in the 8th grade.
right?
And my goal after school is to be a doctor and help people.
Well, you did that at the senior center, which is
Well-
nice. What kind of doctor would you like to be?
I'm not sure about that yet.
That's all right. You got plenty of years to think about it. Okay, let's go to you, Josh. You did a lot of work at the senior center. As a matter of fact, you even taught computers to these seniors there. And you're want to be an engineer. Tell us a little about that.
I'm currently in my 10th grade of high school. I would prefer to be a computer engineer or electrical engineer. For my future goals, I like to do a lot with technology and things like that.
That's good because we have the new technology and it changes every single day. Something new comes out. You even have a computer that talks to you. You have an iPad that talks to you. I wish they would talk to me, but they don't. Okay, and over here we have Evelyn Rodriguez. Evelyn, tell us a little about yourself. You're a freshman, so go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to be a freshman. I go to Excel Academy Charter School, and when I leave school, I want to be an oncologist, mainly focused on children because I feel like everybody deserves a chance at
Right.
living.
In case the people don't know out there, an oncologist is usually a cancer doctor.
Yeah.
That's good. I hope by that time we have a cure for cancer. And I mean that too.
Yeah.
What are some of your hobbies back there, Allison? Well, what hobbies do you like?
I don't know, I'm not sure.
What do you do? I mean, what sports you like? What type of music you like?
I don't have a favorite type of music because I mostly listen to almost all of them. But my first sport up to now is been soccer.
Well, you like soccer?
Yeah.
That's a very good European sport, and it's finally coming to America. It came to America, but it's getting bigger and bigger every time. Josh, what about you?
Some hobbies I have, for music, I listen to any genre, really. And for my sports, football, basketball, things like that, those are my favorite.
That's good. And what about you, Evelyn?
I like reading. For music, I also listen to all kinds of genres. And for sports, I mostly do running, track and field, and cross country.
Do you? And by the way, talking about all the things that you like, what kind of movies do you like to watch? Like action, mysteries,
I
horror?
prefer mysteries.
You like mystery movies?
Mysteries.
When I was your age, and even a little younger, I remember seeing a movie called Frankenstein. The very first time it came out, I ran out of the theater scared as could be. And you know what I used to think when I was a kid? And this, you're going to laugh, but it's true. I would see the actors get killed on the movie, and then 2 weeks later they'd be on the screen again, and I would say to myself, how could that be? They never die, you know, and that's what I thought I was going to be. But I didn't realize it was only a movie at the time. What about you, Josh?
I like action-packed movies,
Such as,
like the new Fantastic Four movie that came out. I heard that was pretty good.
yep.
I watched Transformers.
You like those kind of movies, huh?
Yeah.
And what about you?
I mostly like comedies. I don't watch horror movies.
You
because
like comedies?
Yeah.
Well, you're in the right place then, over here. By the way, I have to tell you, kids, we had a group of kids that came on here before you. They worked right here at RevereTV. And a corporation out of Korea by the name of Samsung was nice enough to donate a whole bunch of computers, and we gave those to the kids, the 3 kids that work at RevereTV. But we thought it'd be nice to also get some computers to give them for the senior center. So Samsung was good enough on behalf of the city of Revere and, of course, our mayor, Dan Rizzo. And they dropped off 3 for me to give each one of you kids, so we're going to start with you. Allison, I hope I got your name right.
Oh my God.
This is for you. Use it in good health.
Thank you.
Josh, you're no exception. This one is for you. Use it in good health. And Evelyn, this is for you.
Thank you.
Now, Josh, I got to ask you, kids. I didn't learn how to use the computer until about 3-4 months ago. I'll be honest with you. Every time I would see these things, I run in the opposite direction. No, I would. And a lot of the seniors, even at the senior center, when I said to them, "Come, I'll show you where you put it on, how easy it is," they get terrified. Did you find that teaching beside the senior center too, Josh, when you taught some of the seniors?
When I was teaching some of the people from the senior center, I usually took my time because I knew it was their first experience using iPads.
Yep.
And they don't know what they're doing. So I took my time and showed them the basics, how to get into the iPad.
You did an excellent job, let me say that, because I was one of your students, but go ahead.
Yeah, I took my time with them because I knew that they didn't know what they were doing. And the main purpose for teaching them how to use iPads was because I know they might not get iPads for themselves, but they might have grandkids or children that run around their house using them. So in case like they need to figure out how to use it and there's no one around that actually knows how to use it, they know the basics on how to work one.
I got a granddaughter, 5 years old, she's starting school. You know, she's a pre-kindergarten. She knows how to work these little, what do you call them, smartphones?
Yeah.
Yeah, she sits there all day long with the hand going this way, and talking. And I mean, when I see her doing that, I feel like a real dummy compared to her. And she's 5, and I'm 82 years older than her, so you do the math, okay? That was pretty good. By the way, how did you kids first learn about the computer? Let's start with you.
I first learned it when my mom sent a computer back to our house.
Oh,
So I started checking out the computer, but funny story. My sisters didn't really let me get near it because they thought I was gonna break it.
oh, you got one computer for the family?
Yeah, it was like a desktop computer.
Oh, and what about you? How did you first get into the computer?
My first experience with a computer was at school in computer class.
Oh,
They took me into the computer lab and we learned how to basically use a desktop monitor and tower like that. We learned how to go around with them. And then later on, my dad got iPads and tablets, and I started getting into those. And I am where I am now, knowing how to use them.
that's good. And what about you?
I don't remember the first time. I just grew up with computers. I saw everybody using computers. I just started using them, I guess. It wasn't like that I learned, but my dad taught me a lot about computers. And so I just kept learning more and more about them because they were all around me. So I don't remember the first time. I just grew up with them.
What do you think? Now, I got to ask you this. What do you think is going to be coming up in the future, kids? I mean, because you would know more about it than we do. We never expected any of this when I was your age. I'll be honest with you. At least I didn't.
I hear they're starting to work on like holograms
Yep.
Yeah.
for
Yep,
upcoming
I've seen that on TV.
for upcoming technology.
Yep.
I've also seen these cars that like they can drive themselves and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like,
Yeah.
There's also like invisibility that
Yep.
they're trying to find and like time travel. I don't know.
Right.
Anything's possible.
And I also heard this on the radio and television. I know this sounds strange that they want to take bones from dinosaurs that are millions of years old, millions, and take the DNA and see if they can revitalize them and bring dinosaurs back. Can you imagine walking out of the senior center and seeing a big old dinosaur looking at you and going like this? You know? But that's what they want to do. That's the new technology coming out. Now, tell us a little about your family. We've got about 5 minutes left, so tell us a little about your family, brothers, sisters, or if you got any relatives who are in the service.
Yeah, I have 2 sisters. They're older than me, and let's say that my whole family is really troublesome and crazy. Really weird people we are.
Yeah. Where does your family originally come from?
El Salvador.
El Salvador. You, Josh, tell us a little about your family.
I have a younger brother. He's 5 years old. My family originates from Puerto Rico. My grandma, she's luckily still alive with us. She's 70-something years old.
So you're the second generation American or the first?
Second, I believe.
Second, I'm the first. And Allison, I forgot to ask you, are you the first generation here or the second?
I wasn't born here. I was born in my country,
Oh, wait a minute, Puerto Rico?
El Salvador.
El Salvador, okay. And what about you, Allison? I mean, Evelyn. Go ahead. I'll get it right here, folks. I'll get it right.
My family's originally from Colombia. I'm the first generation here.
Oh,
I have a 18-month-old sister, and I still live with my grandma. She's 72, 72, and she also goes to the senior center.
does she? Your grandmother's, what's her name? Maybe I know her.
Consuelo.
No, I don't ring a bell. That don't ring a bell.
Yeah, she's new there.
That's good. Now, before we close, we got about 4 minutes left. So I'm going to give each one of you 1 minute to speak about whatever you want. Starting with you, Allison. I know I get your name right after all these years.
So, something. It's been mostly about like adventures between my life and my family, because mostly between my family we're like a really we don't have a really good sense of direction, so we usually really get lost.
And by the way, what food does the people, the country your parents come from, or your grandparents, what kind of food do they like? In Puerto Rico, you
El
say?
Salvador.
El Salvador, okay. It's still South America, but go ahead.
So the food that we mostly eat, like almost all Salvadorians, are like pupusas or empanadas, which are like typical foods in El Salvador.
Oh. What about you, Josh? What kind of food do you like, or what kind of food from your country originally?
My mom makes a lot of food from Puerto Rico. I don't even know the names, actually. Forget. But she cooks a lot of them, and I like a lot of them. Like, there was this one food, it almost looks like a banana,
Yep.
and you cut it into pieces and you fry it.
Oh,
Plantains.
tostadas.
What do you call it?
Yeah,
Plantains.
tostadas.
Tostones.
Tostones, yeah.
Yeah, you cut them up, you fry them, and I never really want to try them until like this year or a year ago. And when I finally did try them, I fell in love with them. so now every time my mom makes like rice and beans, she'll make that, and
Yep.
she'll do it just for me.
That's nice. You look like you eat pretty good. I mean, go ahead. Evelyn.
Colombians mostly arepas, empanadas. They
What would they be equivalent to American food? Like,
arepas.
It will be like a tortilla here.
It's kind of like a tortilla, kind of like mixture of a rice
oh,
cake.
is it?
Yeah, like Colombians mix all kinds of food and they make it like into a new food. Empanadas also, arroz con leche, which is rice and milk.
And milk, yeah.
Food like that.
And what do you think about the food at the senior center? You've seen the people, they're big and chubby. I mean, it's got to be pretty good.
I think it's really good.
Right. In case the people don't know, you people serve coffee to us. You serve food to us, which was nice of you, because a lot of us couldn't get around to do it. So you were the volunteers that did it, and that's why the city of Rivera, Mayor Rizzo, and Samsung saw fit to give you these computers. Isn't that nice of them?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take a minute and close it up by myself and say I want to wish each of you a happy life ahead. So I'm going to start with you, Allison Maldonado, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show, Allison. Thank you. Josh Marrero. I knew I'd get it right. Thank you for coming on our show. And you, Evelyn Rodriguez. By the way, there's a ball player that got last name is yours. His name is A-Rod Rodriguez. He plays for.
There's lots of Rodriguez.
There is. I only know two. You and A-Rod.
There's also James Rodriguez, the soccer player.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you each for coming, and God bless you and take good care of you. God bless our troops that are overseas, the people that are there. But most of all, God bless the United States of America. And thank you all for coming. Especially you, Allison, you, Josh, and you, Evelyn. Thank you again.